It is Thursday, and that means it's Ambush Makeover Day.
Plus, she's been acting since she was 7. You think you're the only one? Great. Chloe Grace Moretz sits down with us after this. At just 17 years old, Chloe Grace Moretz has made a name for herself in the acting world, working with directors like Martin Scorsese and Tim Burton.
Yeah, last year she thrilled audiences with her performance in the remake of Carrie, which also starred Julianne Moore.
Well, now she's making her off-Broadway debut in The Library, directed by Steven Soderbergh. You only work with like the great directors. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good. So this is brand new. This is brand new. How are you feeling?
It's great. It's amazing. It's really interesting to do something fresh and new that's never been done before, because in the rehearsal process we had a lot of change. I mean, we had new scenes every day, whereas a lot of the people that I was working with do like Hamlet and amazing Shakespearean pieces that don't really change. So it's interesting to have this kind of live production where you're always learning something from it, and we're all kind of
and you're creating it together in this sense, right?
Which is interesting and spontaneous.
Tell us about your role, because you usually play these sort of dark roles in movies.
And you're such a bubbly, effervescent young lady.
But I think because I am a very happy person, I like to play like these darker characters because it's real acting for me, because it's very opposite of who I am. But basically, I play a girl named Caitlin Gabriel. And she is involved in a school shooting, and she survives, but her best friend and I think 12 other souls die. And she, before she even wakes up out of a coma, she is accused of the accomplice, in a sense, to the death of 6 children. And so basically the story really revolves around what is truth, and if your truth isn't told, how can you survive? How can you then live your life if what you believe is true isn't happening?
Where do you go in your imagination as a young woman who, by your own admission, has had a great family life and none of that stuff has touched you? Where do you go for inspiration for stuff like that?
In that sense, it's really just acting, and it really is finding things that you can grasp onto, because at the end of the day, it is a fictionalized story. So I don't want to get too real about it, but we've gotten a lot of information from Columbine, and a lot of it is based on that, and I've done a lot of research through that, and I've talked to a survivor, and she's been an amazing help for me, and she's really helped me through this process. And I want to be as true to it, and honestly, I want to do this play to be the voice of the victims. You know what I mean? Because that's never who's told in these shootings.
Yeah, it's always about the shooter.
It's about the shooter, but we never hear what the victims are going through.
I can't believe you're 17. You're in mid-sentence, and I'm looking at you going, it's hard to believe that you're 17 years old. The maturity and all that. Do you have siblings? Or they?
I have 4 older brothers, and I've been raised with my mom who's a single parent, and I came from a very strong household, so I have like a very big upbringing.
All right, can we lighten it up a little bit? Because you've worked with some great actors. So we want to play a game with you, and it's called Who Knows?
Who Knows?
Okay.
So we want you to look at the nose and see if you know whose nose it is. Here's the first one. Whose nose is that?
That's
you've worked with him.
Yes,
you've worked with everyone you've worked with.
These people I've worked with?
Yes, look at that nose.
Is it
Time's up.
Scorsese?
No, it is Alec Baldwin's nose.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we're going to give you an easy one.
She didn't have love scenes with
Okay.
All right,
Kermit the Frog.
all right, next. Wait, we got to do this one.
I wonder. Oh, wait. Julianne Moore.
Yes.
Hey.
We have time for another one.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
All right, here. Last one.
Okay.
The nose.
5 seconds.
Meryl Streep? I don't know. Oh, Jennifer. Oh,
You're working.
We'll be back after this.
My mom.